excited are you all today to make
So excited!
chocolate? Are you really excited?
Yeah!
Okay, so a question for you. What are some candy bars that you've heard of? Yes.
I think it's like a candy bar, Reese's Pieces.
Yes, Reese's Pieces, yes.
Z-bar.
Z-bar, yes.
Hershey's.
Hershey's, yes.
Chocolate.
A chocolate bar, yes.
What? It's only chocolate.
Crunch, Nestle Crunch, yes.
Heath bars.
Heath bars, yes. Good. So if any of these candy bars, if you look at them and you look at the ingredients on the back, they probably have ingredients that you can't pronounce. Today we're going to learn how to make candy from scratch. And we're going to learn how to make candy that is organic, and it's vegan, and it's sweetened with a coconut syrup, which is an alternative to sugar. So one of the major dangers of candy right now is that it's sweetened with sugar, refined sugar. And in all of our candies, we use coconut syrup, or at least in this chocolate that we're going to make today, it's used with coconut syrup, okay? And the benefits of using coconut syrup is brown in color, and it's the sap of a coconut tree. Okay, and the reason I want to use this is because it doesn't have a strong taste. Like, you can't really taste it, and you'll see when we make the chocolate that it does not affect the taste of the chocolate, but it still makes it sweet. Okay, and it does not give you a sugar spike and a sugar crash. It is what's called a slow burning fuel. So these are the ingredients that we're going to use today to make our chocolate. This is cocoa butter, and this is cocoa paste. So these are very natural, they're organic, and they come from the cacao tree. So they come in a fruit, it's like the size of a football, and then they have beans. The cacao fruit has beans, and then they grind the beans and they make this. And then they take out the fat and they make this. So our chocolate is going to have 2 parts of cacao paste, 1 part of cacao butter, and half a part of coconut syrup. So what does that mean? If I want to make, yes, you can tell me.
If you want to make a lot, you're using 10 units of cacao paste for 5 units of cacao butter, for 2.5 units of
exactly, perfect. So today we have around 15 people. So we're gonna make. I'm gonna use 8 cups of cacao paste. So let me measure that out. Okay.
Cacao paste.
So I've already kind of crushed it. I've crushed it a little bit. So as you can see, there's 1 cup, 2, 3, 4. So I want to chop it up, make sure I chop it up into small pieces. 5. We have our 8 cups of cacao paste, and now we're going to cut up 4 cups of cacao butter. So we need kind of small chunks, but they don't need to be super small, because we'll be melting them anyway. So how many cups did I put in so far?
1.
Okay, here's 2. 3. And 1 more.
The last one.
The last one. 4. And remember, I'm going to put just a little extra, because we like ours a little creamy.
Yeah.
8 cups of cacao paste, 4 cups and a dash of 4 cups plus a dash of cacao butter. So now we're going to take it over to the mixer. Okay. All right. So you want to make sure when you're melting chocolate that it never gets above 42 degrees Celsius or 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So I have this. This is my handy dandy infrared thermometer gun, because I can, if you have a candy thermometer, it can get really messy. So that way I can just take the temperature, I just shine the beam on it. And right now I can see that my chocolate is 24 degrees and my cocoa butter is 22 degrees. Okay, it's interesting that they're both different temperatures. So now I'm going to pour this into my melter. Okay, it's pretty dusty. And thanks, Uma. And I'm going to also pour the cacao butter in here. And now I'm going to start mixing it. And as you can see, if you want to take turns, it's already melting on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's already melting. So in about I want to make sure to scoop from the bottom. In about 2 or 3 minutes, it will be a liquid. So it gets hot really fast, so you have to be really careful.
I'm gonna go.
So I've taken it out of the melter. I've taken it out of the melter because it is already above 42 degrees, even though it's still a little lumpy. And just whatever's liquid has become too hot.
Are you making water?
So it's at 41 now.
Shouldn't we add the coconut milk
Yes, we are going to add it. Now,
there?
we're going to put the coconut syrup in. So I'm going to I had 4 cups of cocoa butter. So I'm going to put 2 cups of coconut syrup. Yeah. 2 cups. Okay, ready? Okay, I'm gonna taste it.
Again?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Can I try some? Can I try some? Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Unbelievably delicious or unbelievably not delicious?
How is it?
The yummiest chocolate I ever had in my whole entire life.
Yay! And the nice thing is this is homemade organic candy. So here we are. We have our melted chocolate. Okay. We have, and I have some molds. I have some kitty cat shapes. I have some bonbons, and I have some chocolate bar molds. And there's all kinds of, chocolate comes in all kinds of shapes and sizes, and these are molds that you can buy online or at a grocery store, at a sugar, I buy these at Spun Sugar just down the street. So they have fun shapes, like these are cat lollipops. So there's all kinds of different shapes. I really like this one. This is just a face of a photo of a woman. You may not be able to see it. But so I'm going to show you how to now pour a mold. So I have my, so if you're a kid, what you're going to do is you're going to put the chocolate in this squeeze bottle. But for me, since I'm a chef, I use this. This is just a glass measuring cup, and it has a spout. So I'm going to, just going to pour a little bit of chocolate in here. And you can also use a ladle if you like. And then I'm going to make a chocolate bar. So I'm just gonna when I'm pouring, it's called pouring molds. And when I'm pouring the mold, I want to be steady. I want to have a steady hand. And I have to tell you, it's one of the best feelings in the world to pour chocolate. It's just so fun, and it's very meditative. And the wonderful thing about making bars is that you can flavor them any way you want. So right now I just made 4. I'm going to make 4 chocolate bars. And we want to be careful to not overfill the mold. And we also want to be careful not to underfill the mold. So we don't want it to be so thin. And I'm going to do the last one. How did I know exactly how much to put in here? I don't even know. See, this is what happens when you breathe and you meditate and you do yoga before you cook, because your intuition kicks in and you know what to do without thinking about it. So I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna make one as a matcha bar. So I'm gonna just gonna take some in my hands. I'm gonna sprinkle some. Okay, there's my matcha bar. Here, I'm gonna just put some quinoa in my hand. Here's my quinoa bar. Okay. And then I'm gonna do a raspberry bar. Raspberry. And then I'm gonna do 1 Malden sea salt bar. Put too much salt. And I'm gonna put a little bit of sea salt in the quinoa. We're going to let them harden. And what we'll do now, after I've finished this, I'm going to put these in the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes. You don't want to over-refrigerate chocolate. Okay, kids, you don't want to over-refrigerate it, but you can leave. So you don't want to store chocolate in the refrigerator ever. So you can cool it in the fridge, but don't leave it there because it will get moist. So chocolate goes bad in the refrigerator. Here we have our decorated bonbons, and we're gonna go put them in the fridge. I have my chocolate bars. They've been hardening in the fridge. And remember, this is my matcha. So I'm gonna put like, this is my matcha, this is my quinoa, my raspberry, and my sea salt. Okay, so how I'm gonna pop it out of the mold now. I just need to tap a few times. See, there one came out. There's another one. There they are. Aren't they pretty?
They're perfect.
They're so beautiful. And so, see, there I have my matcha bar, and I have my quinoa bar, and I have my raspberry bar, and my sea salt bar. Now I can make gifts, or I can eat them. Who would like to try some?